Hey, better late than never. Here we are, Lisa and Leah, on this Friday edition of our After Nine segment. And yeah, a fast week. You look like you're outside again.
I'm sitting in the garage. We have front and back doors, so it's
There's a
always
nice little
good.
breeze going through.
It is. It's really nice. We always get a good breeze. It's great. Oh my God, our neighbors' pot plants smell so skunky, and they
Really?
are like 6 feet tall.
Wow.
They're
Can you
tall.
see them?
Dave
Can you
says they're
see?
tall. Yeah, they're taller than that.
Really?
Oh yeah, they know what they're doing. They're big.
And how many do they have?
I don't know. Like I gotta say 4 or 5 at least.
Like, aren't you only allowed a certain amount?
Yeah, I think you're supposed to allow 4, but these are 4 monsters. It's
Wow.
got to be harvest time soon. I don't know.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's the skunk smell is here.
I think that would
Thinking I
bother me
should.
a little bit. Like, as it is, every time I smell it, I'm like, oh my God, a skunk. And then I'm promptly corrected.
No, it's
A
somebody's
skunk.
pot growing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Lewis said, I
crazy.
hope they give you samples.
Well, I'm thinking I might need to go over and like take my snippers in the dead of the night and snip
Yeah,
snip.
but would you know what to do with it after that?
Yes.
You
Hello.
would?
Well, of course. How old do you think I am? I
Well, don't you
grew
have to
up.
dry it out and
Well, for sure. That's what you do. You dry it out, you separate the seeds from the stems, or it's called, and then you look for the buds. That's all you smoke. You don't smoke the seeds, you don't smoke the stems.
too much work,
Or you could just go to one of the bazillion pot stores,
right?
cannabis stores, and buy it.
Yeah. I drive by so many of those. Yeah, do you remember the fear that everybody had about pot stores, and there was like the huge excitement and craziness around like that first one that opened, and now they're everywhere, and I don't think people bat an eye anymore. Do you?
No, but the only thing I'm shocked at is that there's that many. I mean, like, really? Are you all making money? I don't know.
Right.
I think there are more pot stores than retail stores. Well, maybe not, but feels that way. Shoe stores, how's that? No? Yes? I don't know. But oh, it's just wafting in today. It's just the wind is just hitting the right way, and it's just like,
Yes.
whoo. Anyway,
Wow.
I'm sure they'll share. I'll have to ask, hey, can I sample some of that?
Exactly.
You can always make
um
edibles. You can always make edibles.
True. So yeah, I want to talk to you a little bit more about enjoying our jobs, and Marissa has kind of weighed in on that already. Um, and the comment and the question that was asked is, do you agree with the old saying, if you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life? And Marissa says, yeah, I agree with that. If you do what you love. And but the interesting part about the survey, and you and I talked a little about this morning, is that it's not so much loving your job as it is loving the people you work with that
Oh
make your
yeah,
job better.
I agree. I totally agree. Like, but you still have to separate it down even further, I think, because like for me, I mean, oh my God, love working with you, love working with Mike, love working with other people in that we haven't seen forever and ever. Which, by the way, people always say, oh yeah, you guys, you're still working from home. So we don't have that choice right now. We don't make those decisions. They are made from corporate office. But it's the other stuff that just gets to me is the I don't know. There's just other peripheral things aside from the relationships where you're like, God, why does this happen? Why can't they get this figured out? You know what I mean? But it's the people. It is the people.
It's much like you and I talked about the other day, your neighbors. Like, your neighbors can make or break where you live. I
Yep.
mean, you can love your neighborhood and love living in your home and love your backyard and love everything. Um, but if you have neighbors that drive you insane, I mean, that's the end of it. It changes how much you like your home. And the
Absolutely.
same with working, right? You can have people who you know, people are constantly negative, constantly complaining, constantly, you know, making life hell for you and everybody around them. And I think that can sort of permeate your workplace and make it a negative place to work. And then you can work with people who are, you know, always seeing glass half full or whatever. And that, I think that changes the mindset of people. And sometimes all it takes is one employee to, you know,
Yeah.
take your parking spot or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. But I'm happy that I have good people to work with. Ha ha. And
Oh
you have a
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're all good.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're all good. But just to expand a little bit on this, so they said that yeah, you got to love your job, but it's more the coworkers that is the reason they love their job. And the other reasons people like their jobs is the roles and the responsibilities they're given, a good work life balance, and isn't that important? Like if you have no time to do anything in your day,
Not
spend
good.
time with your family and do stuff, that can wear on you.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoy the
Agreed.
industry they work in is another one, and they've got a great boss. So yeah, all of that plays a part, right?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, for sure. Balance is huge. I'm all about balance. I'm more in the balance of play more than work more. I don't mind working, but I'm happy I don't have to do it all the time. Like lucky me, I guess. I don't know. We're just at that age, right? I'm at that age, and you're getting there where you're going to be like,
Yeah,
okay, adios. Not for a while, but
yeah.
yeah.
And you've got a pretty good gig going because you're not working all of the time,
Oh, it's
but
perfect.
you're filling in for people, which is great. Yeah.
Perfect.
So Marissa's important having a great boss, and it's how you handle it. Yep, totally agree with that. So
I have
what
a
do you have coming up
question.
for the weekend?
Well, I have a question because I know we've talked about this before. Do I get rid of some of my plants?
What do you
I'm
mean,
look,
like for good?
yeah, like my outside ones. Like they're still looking good, but I'm like, I think you're gonna go.
Oh, I
I'm like,
ditched mine. I ditched
did
mine
you?
on the weekend.
Oh, they're gone, even
Yeah,
if
I
they were
put
in
I
good.
put mums in there and I decorated for fall. So my summer plants for the most part are gone, at least in the front yard.
Oh, so it's time then. I better get on it. I think Dave just took a bunch of stuff to the depot too. So I'm gonna have to go make another trip because it'll be probably busy on the weekend. And I've got too many plants, I think. Like if I count how many are in my backyard, I've got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12. 12 individual potted plants. And yeah,
That
12.
makes a heavy yard waste bag.
There's a lot. And they're
Yeah.
still going like crazy. They're still doing great.
Does that include your ferns that you like?
Yes. Oh, 13. That's in the backyard. The front yard's less. But yes, 13 plants. 13. That's bad. That doesn't need to happen. I'm not doing that next year. I am not. I
But
get
did
all
you
excited.
enjoy it?
Yes, but I get all like I see all the flowers in the spring and I'm like, oh my God, those are gonna look so great. And then I'm like, oh my God, I've got to water all these things and deadhead and yeah, but they're still looking awesome, but I'm thinking it's time for them to go. We're gonna have one frost and I'm gonna have to do it anyway, right? Does everybody else
Yeah. Pardon?
do you decorate the backyard too?
I do have some mums in my backyard, yes. Little bit. And I might put a little bit of like a few pumpkins on our fireplace mantle out there, the top of the fireplace, I like looking outside and like it's just for me, right?
Yeah.
It's just for
Oh
me,
yeah.
really. But I
Yeah.
like looking out the window and seeing that kind of stuff. And I decorate outside at Christmas too. I have a
Yeah, we
tree
do.
outside and
Yeah, we do a
wreaths
lot
and all
for
that.
us. It's like everybody
Yeah.
else in the house or anybody else might not appreciate it. I do it for me. I dress for me. I don't dress for Dave. I dress for me. I do all that. You know, Gardens are so mentally rewarding. But by the end of the summer, that's according to, yeah, it's time to go and stop watering. Yeah, okay. Good. Okay. You're right. They are rewarding. But Yeah, anyways, I do all of that stuff for me too, you know. But
Yeah. And, it kind of makes you feel good, right? So it's the little things, Leah. It's the little things.
that's right. So anyway, yeah, I'm not doing much else this weekend. I'm gonna go to the Fogelar tomorrow afternoon because I'm involved with We Care for Kids and they're gonna be raffling off a Harley. I bought a ticket for it. I've got another friend who bought one, and Linda, if you're watching, she's like, I'm winning that thing. I'm like, I hope you win too. I mean, I'd probably turn around and sell it. I don't know. Dave has his motorcycle license, so we could keep it. But I'll be going there and helping out, and doing some of that. And I have a funeral to go to at the funeral home on Sunday. Not good. I'm very sad about the passing of my friend's dad. So it'll be a pretty low key weekend. It'll be pretty low key. You?
Yeah, similar stuff. Although tomorrow's going to be such a nice day. We'll probably take a ride out in the county. And you know what it's like. We have a little convertible, and you got to take advantage of these last beautiful weather days. Hopefully it lasts longer, but yeah, go out and maybe, drive around wine country a little bit. We did that a few weekends ago. We had such a great time. We went, I think I told you, we went all the way out. Have you been to Seacliff Beach in Kingsville lately since they redid
No.
everything?
Mm-mm.
Leah, it is in Leamington, rather. I said Kingsville. In Leamington, it is beautiful. Seacliff Beach. So they've redone the park, and then by the beach, they've made like a huge boardwalk, and they comb the sand, and then they have an amphitheater, and people sit on the hill and watch bands, and it's just so beautiful and inviting, and new and clean, and new parking lots and beautiful flowers and plants. Like, kudos to Leamington, because you took, much like we have our waterfront, you took your gem and you put a ton of money into it to make it better and more usable. And it really is, like, I was like, what? When did this happen? What's going on? Why is it so beautiful? When did they do this? But yeah, it's great. Like, you could even take a chair and watch the sunset in the evening. It's just gorgeous, like, so nice. So kudos to them. So yeah, we went there, and we drove through Amherstburg and Leamington, and of course Kingsville, and stopped and saw some friends and went for dinner, and it was really nice to take advantage of what we have to offer everywhere in Essex County.
Yeah, yeah. We might try to get out and do some of that too tomorrow. We'll see if we do it earlier or later. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's going to be a nice day no matter what. Hope people get out and enjoy it, because these ones are going to start becoming few and far between, right?
I
So
know.
looking forward to it for sure. Looking forward to it. Had a great week. Had lots of fun.
Yeah, it was great with you as always, Leah. All right, so I'm going to let you go so you can get started on getting rid of your plants. Don't forget there's a yard waste day coming up too, right?
I
So you may not have to
know.
drag them all to the dump.
I know. And they're so nice. I should just put them out at my curb. I bet you somebody would still take them. They're nice, but I gotta say goodbye. I'm not gonna keep watering them. Feel bad for them. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm letting you die.
You need a greenhouse.
I know. I need to
Then
move
you put them
somewhere
all in
south
there.
where I could
Yeah.
have flowers all year round outside. Don't you
Yeah.
feel bad? Like, do you not feel bad when you're like, oh, you gave me such a nice summer, plants. Sorry, but you gotta go.
No, because I have something better to replace them with usually.
No. Okay. Well, it's
But go
true.
get some mums.
I've got some.
Oh,
The front is decorated for fall. The back is still decorated for summer.
is your pool still open?
Yep. I think that's on the agenda this weekend too. I don't know. Looks really nice now though. And I have a floaty that I could sit on because you float above the water, like you're not in it. So I could easily float around in my pool if I wanted to, but I think we're going to close it. Well, it's not me, it's Dave.
Well,
Poor
it is poor. Has poor Dave said he's going to close it this weekend?
Well, I mentioned it. I'm like, oh, in passing, like, oh, are you going to keep the pool open for a while longer, or what's going on? Oh, I might close it this weekend. Hmm.
Hey, do you find
Okay.
that you have to tread very lightly. And it's almost like a psychological mind game between husband and wife where you can't say, can you please cut the grass or whatever? You have to sort of suggest, because the more you push, the more they push back and the more stubborn they get. So it's almost like,
It's
and you plant the seed and then it becomes their idea. Because
oh
heaven
my,
forbid you ask them.
it's so funny you mention that because you know me. I am a bull in a china shop. So I don't plant the seed and make I'm just like, I think you should close the pool this weekend. I think we're done.
See,
Or
you should
are you
use
going to
my
close the
tactic
pool
and
this
maybe the
weekend?
more
I
things will get
know.
done.
It's like, yeah, I should do more of that. I always ask Dave that when he starts a project, how long do you think it's going to take, Dave? And he'll be like, really? Are you asking me that? Well, I'm just trying to figure it out. There's other things. Oh my God. Especially when it's a project where you know that things are going to go wrong. Like, stuff always snowballs. I'll be like, so I don't know, it's been 3 hours. How are we doing with that? He'll be like, Leah, back away. Don't talk to me right now.
Right. So you're just making things worse.
I guess so. Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah. Mary says she could use some color.
I've
I don't
been getting
know. Would your
pretty
plants
stuff.
last long in her backyard?
Well, the ones I have are like really tall, lime greeny colors and spikes in them, and then they've got some of those mandevilla white ones in them, so they're
Oh, I
pretty.
love those.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know that they will. And then I've got some begonias that have some colored coleus in them, and those are still doing pretty good. They're huge, actually. I'm gonna have to get rid of those. Canna lilies, I do.
Yes, Teresa, it goes both ways. It does. But
No, I'm
around here, I got to tread lightly.
treading lightly. I really try, and then it just doesn't happen.
It's just, then you just explode because he's not picking up on the hint.
That's why it's poor Dave.
Poor Dave.
Hey, get out of my yard. Go on. The
Are you
squirrel.
talking to the neighbor child?
The squirrels.
Okay, let's
Anyway,
leave it there.
all righty. Take care, girl. Have a
Thanks
good
for the
weekend.
week.
We'll see
Okay,
you
talk
soon.
to you soon.
Bye, everybody.